Hello everybody, the Law Gnome is here.
What was it about this job that makes it more important than your life?
For August of 2017, we're going to be taking a look at a movie that I was very excited to see, but then when I saw what people were thinking about it, I decided to just let this one pass me by and see it when it came out in home video and on demand. And that movie, of course, is the Oliver Stone film starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Shailene Woodley, and that is Snowden, the story of the famed person that we all know in the newspapers who actually uncovered a major government secret in the United States, and just realizing from a moral standpoint as well as a personal standpoint for himself, he decided to leak this story to the press, and because of that he is now in Moscow, not wanting to come back to the United States because he is still known as a criminal who broke the Espionage Act. So Snowden was a story that I was very interested in because of the fact that I am someone who sort of lives off conspiracy theories and did actually appreciate the story that unfolded with this young man. And Oliver Stone, for me, when I found out that he was directing this film, I had such high hopes, because for me, there's a special place in my heart where I praise him, and at the same time I bash him to pieces, because Oliver Stone is a fallen star of Hollywood in my eyes. In the 1980s, he ran out of the gate with an Oscar-winning film in Platoon, an amazing film, one of my all-time favorite films from 1987, and that is Wall Street, the one that gave Michael Douglas his Academy Award as the legendary Gordon Gekko. And even though I wasn't as big of a fan as I thought I would be, the film from 1991, JFK, which also got major Oscar praise, as well as an amazing performance from Gary Oldman as Lee Harvey Oswald. But after those movies, we really didn't get much great stuff from Oliver Stone, and every single project that I had seen from him that was coming out afterwards, I was just scratching my head and I said, oh my god, Oliver, where have you gone? Like, what happened to this great director that suddenly just turned to crap? I mean, to a certain extent, he tried to redeem himself. I enjoy Wall Street, Money Never Sleeps. I think that it's one of Shia LaBeouf's best movies. So when a movie like Snowden came out, especially because I was interested in the story, I thought this could be his saving grace. I will say that while it is not perfect, there are some very good things in this movie. I think that Joseph Gordon-Levitt as Snowden was such a great choice because he really embodied Snowden. He doesn't even sound like Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He really knocked the voice out of the park, because I have seen interviews and I was just incredibly surprised by the performance. I'm not the biggest fan of Shailene Woodley, but I thought that she did a very good job as Snowden's love interest, and there's also some other great performances scattered throughout the film, like Rhys Ifans. There's a small appearance by Nicolas Cage. Ben Schnitzer from Warcraft, who was one of my favorite characters in that movie. It was nice to see him in another role. And also, it's a very interesting story, like The Circle that I saw earlier this year, which was not a good movie at all, but the topic was a great conversation starter throughout the film, and the same can be said about Snowden. It makes you question your government, it makes you question the technology that you use, it makes you concerned about constantly depending on technology and not being able to unplug because you just need it so badly. But the big question that is circling through your head while you're watching this whole movie unfold is, how can you live with this kind of stuff when you know that there could possibly be people trying to scope you out and look at you? I also felt very compassionate because here's a guy who truly loved his country. He tried to do things by fighting in the army, but he was just too frail to do so. So he decides to work for the CIA, basically weeding out terrorism, weeding out conspiracy, weeding out crimes that are done through computer viruses and computer hacking. As the layers get peeled back, back, he starts to see what the government is truly all about, and it starts to tear him up inside, because as such a patriotic American, how could I be a patriot if my country is literally betraying me and my people? And that's why I felt so much for this character. The downside of this movie, unfortunately, is the story. It's not well paced, it's not well fleshed out, even though all of these other positive things that I mentioned throughout this film are there. It's the story and the way that the film is directed that just doesn't seem to work. It drags it sometimes, it makes it boring, sometimes it makes it hard to understand, yet there are some points in the movie where it does seem to be absolutely fine and complete. But as a whole, it's just not a fantastic film. Although I will say it is a movie that I would like to see again, because the story, at least from what I gained, was just something that really interested me, especially with a person who just loves his country and feeling betrayed. It's a very powerful thing to me. Is it a movie that I'd want to own on DVD? Unfortunately, it is not. And once again, it made me really upset because of someone who really wants to see Oliver Stone give us another great film like he used to. Just to see another one just not live up to the potential is really sad to me. I find myself somewhere in the middle, and I'm going to be giving Snowden 2.5 stars out of 4. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Put your comments in the box below, and let's discuss Snowden. And I will see you in the next episode of One That Got Away. Take care. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.